students, in this video we are going to see about boundary conditions. If the field exists in a region consisting of two different media, it may be one air media and other one is one conducting media or conductor. The conditions that the field must satisfy at the interface separating the media are called boundary condition. If there is a transmitter and receiver, means the transmitting lines and the waves are in air media and the receiver which is in conducting media. So the interface between the air media and the conducting media must satisfy the conditions which is known as boundary conditions. These conditions are helpful in determining the field on one side of the boundary when the field on other side is known. We will consider the boundary condition at an interface separating dielectric and dielectric. Both the media may be dielectric, or one media is conductor and other one is dielectric, and third condition is one is conductor and other one is free space. For determining boundary conditions, we will use Maxwell's equation. Maxwell equation is integral E vector. E is nothing but electric field intensity into dl, which is line integral, is equal to 0, and then integral d dot ds, which is equal to q. ds means surface integral. First, consider the E field existing in a region consisting of two different dielectrics characterized by epsilon 1, which is equal to epsilon naught into epsilon r1, which is above the field. The above field is number 1 field is darkly shaded, and the below field is number 2 is lightly shaded. The part number 1 is represented as epsilon 1 and E1. Okay. Epsilon 2 is equal to epsilon naught into epsilon r2. E1 and E2 in the media 1 and 2 can be written as E1 is electric field intensity in media 1 and E2 is electric field intensity in media 2. E1 is equal to E1t plus E1n and E2 is equal to E2t plus E2n. T means tangential. But integral over E dot dl is equal to 0 according to Maxwell's equation, assuming that the path ABCDA is very small with respect to the variation in E. So the Maxwell equation becomes a long equation which is equal to 0. As del H tends to 0 because of small separation, so that E1t is equal to E2t. Okay. Thus, the tangential components of electric field intensity are the same on two sides of the boundary. E is continuous across boundary. Then the relationship between D and E is D is equal to epsilon E and D is equal to dt plus dn. If D1 divided by epsilon 1 is equal to E1t and E2t is equal to D2t divided by epsilon 2. According to that, E1t is equal to E2t, we can conclude D1t divided by epsilon 1, which is equal to D2t divided by epsilon 2. Here, dt undergoes some changes across the surface, is said to be discontinuous across the surface. Applying integral, and the another Maxwell's equation is integral d dot ds is equal to q enclosed. Put del h tends to 0 gives del q is equal to rho s into del s, which is equal to d1n del s minus d2n del s, which is collectively equal to rho s, which is equal to d1n minus d2n, where rho s is the free charge density placed deliberately at the boundary, means if there is no charge on the boundary, then rho s is equal to 0, and then d1n minus d2n is equal to 0, which means d1n is equal to d2n. This is the normal components of D is continuous across the surface. So we can conclude two boundary equations, E1t is equal to E2t and D1n is equal to D2n. These are the boundary conditions can be derived from the basic Maxwell's equations. Thank you.